Drop the beat.
Tell me where you wanna go. You can be my boo thing, you can be my main squeeze. Ain't nobody gotta know. Tell me what you wanna do. Tell me where you wanna go. You can be my boo thing, you can be my main squeeze. Ain't nobody gotta know. Ain't nobody gotta know. Ain't nobody gotta know. You can be my boo thing, you can be my main squeeze. We can keep this on the low. Ain't nobody gotta know.
Yo, that record's fire, bro. That video's fire. Oh, I'm so rude. Ladies and gentlemen, works in progress. I got the one and only Ty Wizz in the building on Works in Progress. What's going on, Ty?
I'm up.
Yeah, man. We just showed everybody the Tell Me video.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just released Valentine's Day. You know, 2.8K on YouTube.
Okay, congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Definitely, bro. So it's been a long time coming. I wanted you on the show for a minute, but today we got a good show for everybody. We're gonna be talking about what I like to call the top 10 after 10. And what I mean by that is like the best artists that came out in the year 2010 and beyond. Now, here's the thing about that, right? So like there are some artists that obviously are still relevant today that came out a little bit beforehand. Like for example, Wale's first album, because we're gonna talk about Wale because I got a few thoughts about Wale. But Wale's first album came out in 2009.
Uh-huh.
So I wouldn't put Wale and I had to check this beforehand, right? I wouldn't put Wale in my list just because by the criteria, Wale's just a little bit before it. But I feel like this is gonna be a fun conversation though. But yeah.
The whole Wale situation is just funny.
I mean, because y'all put this man on a pedestal, but I'm not. We gonna get to that though.
I don't know who's considered y'all.
Oh! So you're not a part of that.
I had the popcorn just watching the situation. Feel me?
Okay.
I was enjoying my Michael Jackson mood with the popcorn. Feel me?
Yeah, I peeped that. I peeped that. I'm like, yo, Ty staying quiet here. It's all good though.
I'm chilling.
But Ty, I want the people to know a little bit more about you real quick before you even started. You know, it is your first official appearance here. So everybody knows you are a hip hop artist, right? You do great music. You released an album last summer.
And R&B.
Yes.
I do both.
Okay, all right. So if you want Ty to do your videos or anything like that, you know what I mean? He's directing out here, you know. Get at Ty Wizz. We'll give everybody your handle and everything, you know, to reach you and everything. But Ty, when did you decide that you wanted to do this as a career?
As a career?
Yeah.
Probably after high school, really. As a career. Because like during school, it was just like a hobby. You know, everybody was rapping in high school. Either there was just like a freestyle rapper or there was actually recording songs. I was just a dude recording songs in high school. But after high school, it's like, let me see where this could go. It could possibly pop. Who knows?
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, I dabbled in rapping a little bit, but I was trash. So, you know, I stopped it. I said, you know what, let me just stay behind, you know, the DJ, the turntable. You know what I'm saying? I play the records. I play the records. I ain't going to do the records. But I know you had heavy influence by 50 Cent, right? Favorite rapper?
Of course. Hands down.
50's up there for me also. I mean, 50... See, the thing is, like, Jay is always going to be, like, to me, the greatest rapper of our generation. But in terms of, like, just enjoying their music and can listen to them all day long, like, that's 50 for me, you know. But besides 50 Cent, is there anybody else that really influenced you, like, in your career?
For my career, it's strictly 50. But I enjoy a lot of people's other music. Okay. Because I'm not going to say I started rapping because of 50, because that's not the case at all. But like, he did actually boost me to actually rap more. Yeah, of course. So it's strictly 50 for me. And like, when people go crazy, like, yo, no Jay, no Big, no Pot, none of that. I'm like, nah, I enjoy their music, but they don't make me feel like, yo, I need to get in the booth and I need to spit some fire. Feel me? Like,
I got you. 50 does that for you.
yeah, it's just 50 for me. Because 50, he's not a lyrical artist at all. I don't
Nah.
find myself really lyrical, but he makes great music and he makes good music. I feel like I make good music.
Yeah.
I didn't reach great level yet, but he makes good music and he's really not really saying much of anything, and it drives me crazy.
Okay, so it's not really necessarily like his lyricism that drew you to him. It was more of just the overall presentation of 50 Cent.
Right. Like
I
that's
got
the
you.
first artist for me that's like, I'm gonna make music.
Right. I got you.
Like, it don't have to be no storyline, or I'm gonna make a song. Like for me, when I was coming up as a kid,
Yeah.
the first person for me. So
Alright.
can anybody say, yo, you tripping? I can't trip off my opinion. This is my opinion.
Yeah. Nah, I feel you. I feel you. Like 50, like I said, he's up there for me also. I mean, but would I say he's my favorite rapper of all time? Probably not. Maybe number two to me. Because Jay's my favorite rapper of all time. But like, I can't ignore, the yeah. Shout out to you. But yeah, I can't ignore like the Biggies and the Tupacs and everything like that. Even though
Definitely.
Pac, I can get into a whole nother show about Pac, but that's not what this show is about. I just want to ask you real quick about the Creations album. You don't have to get too detailed if you don't want to, but I want to know what the process was behind making that album. For those of you that don't know, Creations came out over the summer. A lot of hit records on there. So what was your creative process behind making that album?
The whole thing about Creations is, like I just said, with the opinion, everybody has their own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
When you're an artist, like when you're creating something, there's no bad or wrong way of going about how you're creating it. Why? Because it's your personal art. Not even like, say if you're painting a picture, it doesn't matter if a line is off. That's the way you visioned it. That's how you seen it.
Right.
So I wanted to make music the way I heard it, how I thought about it, how I wanted to vision it, and just put everything into my own personal creation.
Got you. Okay.
So that's how I came up with the whole title and the whole everything about that album.
What's your favorite song off of that album? Your personal favorite song that you did?
Still ain't shit.
Still ain't shit. Okay. All right.
Because that's like the only song. That's like the only song that I lyrically spoke on that record, and it's the intro, and it's a powerful intro. It kind of me personally, it kind of brings me back to Meek Mill's intro when he was blacking.
Yeah. Nah.
Feel me?
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah,
Shout
like,
out to Meek. Free Meek.
Yeah, and a lot of people was like, "Yo, you killed that," and that's the first song you bodied that. That shit was hard. I can't get past that first song.
Well,
So,
I encourage them to listen to the whole album. If they can't get past the first song, I encourage them to listen to the whole album, because the whole album as a whole is a great project, definitely. Can we expect anything new coming up soon?
something for the either spring or summer. I'm gonna see how Tell Me does before I put anything out. But I definitely got a whole lot of stuff going on. I got a whole lot of gang shit going on.
Alright, that's what's up. That's what's up. And if you want to know more about Ty Wizz, you guys can feel free to hit him up. At the real Ty Wizz on Twitter, I believe, right?
Yep.
Okay, and you want to give your IG as well?
Yeah, Ty_Wizz. Or you could just go on my website, www.tywiz.com.
The man has
Literally
a
almost.
website. The man has a website.
Literally everything is on there.
Oh.
If you want to contact me, the Gmail, the real Ty Wizz, Instagram, Ty_Wizz, Facebook, Ty Wizz. You know what I mean?
Everything's
It's
just Ty Wizz.
everything's Ty Wizz.
Got you. Now,
Two Z's.
Two Z's. Okay, yeah, two
People
Z's.
messed it up in one Z.
Now, I like your shirt that you got on. Can you tell me about?
I like it too.
Thank you, man. I got it from a good friend of mine. But
That's what's up.
yeah. Can you tell the people about the shirts that both of us are actually wearing today? Before we get into our
a
topic.
different one. I got it on my other one.
Oh, okay. You got on. Okay, because I got on the.
Okay.
All right.
I like that one too, though. I like that one.
It's fine. It's fine.
That's actually a part of a clothing line I got with two other people. Shout out to Kyle and Vontae. That's something that's hopefully going to be available spring and summer. We're doing like a lot of processing right now. Everybody, some people got shirts. We're just testing it out, see if people will actually like it and actually purchase.
Yeah.
And we got some good results. So we're going to actually push forward for this year. So hopefully by spring or summer, every should be available.
It's fire, bro. Like, definitely. Okay, that's cool. So, like, I was trying to actually get Kai and Vontae on, but Kai's a little camera shy. If anybody looked at my my Facebook comments, that was actually...
I wouldn't say Kai camera shy. I don't think he's camera shy. He just wants to do certain camera roles.
Gotcha. Okay, all right. Well, hopefully I can get Kai on eventually. I think I can get Vontae on though. I definitely want Vontae on.
Definitely.
Because I have some interesting conversations to talk about with Mr. Vontae as well. But that's neither here nor
like
there.
A 2-hour show. I'm just letting you know.
Facts. But so let's get into some of the news that happened over the past week before we get into our main topic for today. So did you watch the All-Star game?
I watched the highlights.
All right.
Because I don't remember where I was at, but I wasn't even home for the All-Star game. But I did see some of the highlights, and I heard LeBron got MVP.
Yeah, shout out to LeBron for that. It was actually a really good All-Star game, but the more important part of that game is not even the game. Did you see Miss Fergie's performance?
That I saw. You can't miss that. Even if you didn't see it, it's all over the end of it. I saw.
It is. It's definitely all over. What did you think about it?
I found it funny.
You think I found it funny?
Listen, I felt like that's Fergie's way of kneeling, like taking a knee.
I was gonna ask that.
That's Fergie's way of taking a knee. Like, I found it funny, but then I did some more deeper thinking. I was like, yo, I wonder if she did that on purpose to take shots at our president. I don't want to say his name. I'm gonna say the president.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Because she don't want him to ban basketball now. So I'm gonna take a knee verbally by messing it up the anthem.
So okay. So you think she was trolling?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I thought I was the only one. I was like, yo, bro, there's no way.
There's no way. And everybody is laughing, bro. Everybody. I was like, nah, I think they're in on it. Like, they had this big meeting before the game started. Get ready because it's about to go down.
You know what? I'll give you that. Very interesting thought. I thought the same thing. Nonetheless, it was memorable. And I mean, she apologized for it though. After that's the only thing that I'm kind of like, if she did it on purpose, I don't know if she'd be apologizing.
You got to.
She had to do that.
You have to apologize after something like that. It's only right. Like, even if she was trying to like kneel verbally, you still would have to cover yourself though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, she made a huge statement with I guess with her mouth, right? And that brings me to my next topic. Black China.
I need a garbage bag.
Oh man! I got one because
that's trash.
It's Basuda.
Trash.
So we're not gonna show the clips on there because I'm not trying to get sued by Black China. I heard she's pressing charges. But if you need to find it, it's all over the internet.
It's an Instagram.
Yeah,
that's
Instagram, Twitter, all that. I saw it on Twitter. I was going on my Twitter and I just saw Black China was trending. I'm like, why is Black China trending? And it was the same day that Donna got caught. The other Donna got caught in the back bathroom.
That's the day I made it a holiday, bro. It's official and a national day. If we got national days for all these stupid days, unnecessary days, it officially is National Donna/Black China Day.
Donna from Black Ink. We gotta make that clear.
Just do what you want. Take your man, take your best friend, your cuffing butt, whatever y'all got. Just take it. Just go wherever. Go outside. It doesn't count if you in a crib. You gotta go outside. and just black.
Alright, so I don't watch Black Ink, but you do, right?
Oh yeah.
So is her like thing? Is she like a thought? Like, is that what her thing is? Because I was seeing a lot of that online. Like, yo, she, she's used to this stuff.
Dot. I don't know. I'm gonna say it's complicated for Donna.
It's complicated
because I can't keep up with her relationships. I don't know when she's in relationships or she's just, hey, I'm gonna give you some. You feel me? But she slept with Walt, Ted, the new dude, and oh shit, I said Donna. What was Caesar's girl name? Duchess. Like
Duchess.
She slept with the Office, basically. You feel me? So, hey, I mean, look where she's at now. I guess it worked for her in the long run because you stayed. You feel me? The amount of times you got fired and you're still there. You got to use what you got, I guess. In
she's using what she got. All right, she's definitely using what she got. Oh man,
but I would say she's a good friend.
She's a good friend.
Like said that. Yeah, she even said that.
I don't got friends like that. She's a good friend. Yeah, she's a good friend. All right.
So
you
don't need Donnas. We don't need Donnas. We don't need Donnas.
That's a whole other story, but I don't think I'm allowed to talk about that on the show. So anyway, let's get into it. The greatest of the 2010s and beyonds, I guess, and beyond. So what I wanted to do with this list, like what I was thinking about with this list, because Ty Wizz, he a rapper, he would just want to go off the head. But I actually had to sit there and like think about it, like think about who I want to put in the list and who actually needs to be in this list and who shouldn't be in the top 10, right? So like I said, my criteria was who dropped the debut album after 2010. Who actually is still around, right? And still
barely anybody, but yeah.
yeah. Who's still kind of relevant, right? And who made some type of impact, right? And who actually like maybe changed the culture in a way, or any of those type of criteria. It doesn't necessarily mean the greatest lyricist, right? Like we mentioned 50 earlier, right? 50 wouldn't be in the top lyricist list of anybody's, right? He definitely. Right, but he would be in my top 10 of greatest rappers ever. He'd be in my top 10. You know what I'm saying? But that's I'm gonna do another show about that eventually. But this one is just for like the current generation, right? Ty Wizz is now, right? I consider myself now, right? So we're gonna talk about the now. So the first person on my list, like I'm basically going from like bottom to top, right? So the first person on my list coming in at number 10 for me is Uzi. Now, I think Uzi, the reason I put Uzi at number 10 is because I feel like out of like the mumble rapper era or whatever, like I feel like Uzi's had probably the greatest success thus far. Some would argue Kodak, right? But I feel like Uzi even more than Kodak. Uzi had a number 1 record, right? XO Tour Life was a number 1 record. And I feel like Uzi still has more hits to come if he decides to do that.
And he had a good album.
Uzi had a decent album. Me and you disagree on
he had good album. Mind you, I was totally 1,000% against it when I first heard it. I heard it and heard it again. I was like, this album is pretty cool. it was pretty good.
All right. But yeah, that's my number 10, Little Uzi. Who would you say?
As number 10 for now, if I had to pick, I'm gonna do just because he's like new. I'll do Lil Pump.
Lil Pump?
I'll do Lil Pump.
Do you think he's gonna have that longevity though?
No.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
Because look at the trend. Look at the trend. If you're new now, you just doing one hit. All right, I have my fun. Going.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of people staying. That's why it's consistently new artists. They're not consistent.
Okay.
They just keep performing. They keep getting bread off their one song. they're not. I don't see a Little Pump album happening. If it does happen, I don't see it going anywhere. Honestly.
That's a fair assessment. Definitely a fair assessment. You know, I don't. I wouldn't put Little Pump there just because I don't like you said. I don't think he would have that longevity. But I get what you're saying, though. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
My number 9 would be Chance. I feel like Chance the Rapper has. I feel like Chance. I'm not a huge fan of Chance. Right? I'm just not. I'm not a huge fan of Chance. We got into this about that on your birthday. I wish we still have the highlights. I'm gonna see if we do. It was on Snapchat and all that. But anyway. Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this. Get Chance the fuck out of here. Get Chance the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Chance isn't one of my favorite rappers, but I feel like he is gonna have that longevity. He's already had a pretty decent career thus far. And I feel like he's still
Exactly why he should be
higher. But you gotta see my top 5. All right, we'll get into why Chance isn't there. But right now, he may slip into it, but he's not there right now for me. But who would you say would be next for you?
Not Chance, but not for number 9.
Okay.
Number 9, I'll put Yachty for 9.
Yachty?
I'll put Yachty for 9.
Okay.
Oh, because like again, the longevity. He did. I would say he had a good year.
Yeah.
But now, where is he now?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I heard he's dropping an album on March 9th, which is Biggie's Death Day, which is very interesting to me. But
That's
yeah.
See, like when you do stuff like that, you trying to use situations to big up the album. Feel me?
Right.
If you was doing your job and stayed consistent, you wouldn't have to do things like that.
Very good point.
It would be easier. Yachty's doing this, Yachty doing that. Like Yachty went from the music to the Sprite commercials to doing the BET Awards to where the hell is he now?
I mean, he's like the leading guy for Nautica, I believe. He's like the face of Nautica, but
he's about his sponsor money now. But I'm talking like that's cool and all. You get into the bag as you're supposed to. But I'm talking about musically. Like there's artists that's worrying about sponsors and they still get into the music. They get in both of the bags. I understand that. But if you just focusing on sponsors, what the hell is the music though?
You're right. Let's keep it moving though. But yes, definitely right about Lil Yachty. I'm interested to see what he does going forward. But my next pick in this is Meek Mill. Meek's debut album, I believe, dropped in 2000. What happened?
This is your number 8?
Yeah, it's my number 8. It's number 8. Meek Mill dropped, I believe, his first album in 2012, if I remember correctly. His debut studio album. Meek is not, to me, he's not one of the most lyrical guys, but just a guy that you know is going to be consistent. Meek is not one of the most lyrical guys out. There's no way.
I'm not saying he is. I'm still in shock that he's number 8, bro.
But I mean, my top 5 is kind of like
he don't have to be top 5, but number 8. If he's not in your top 5, then at least number 6. Then at least number 6.
I don't know if he had a bigger impact than this person that's in number 6, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Meek is my number 8. Who's your next pick?
For number 8, you just killing me. You making this job harder than I thought it would be. Sheesh, number 8.
Yeah.
I'll say Nicki.
Number 8. Wow. Okay.
I'll say Nicki.
Okay. Nicki's on my list, but she's higher than that.
Actually, that's disrespectful. I'm gonna say Rem for number 8.
Wait, who?
I'm gonna say Rem for 8. For one reason, only for one reason. You're still riding the Nicki Minaj wave. You came home, like, we get it already. You won. What are you still going at shorty for? Like, I don't know if you watch Love and Hip Hop, bro.
I catch it every now and then.
But she's being a real hypocrite right now, Scrap. Because she's telling Mariah Lynn on Love and Hip Hop, yo, labels is not looking for that, son. We can't do records with you if you being crazy, But just because you're not really fighting Nicki Minaj, you're still verbally, musically fighting her, Scrap. And you already won the battle. I was all for it. I'm like, oh, she just came home. Nicki beefing. This is hip hop.
Yeah.
But one, Jay and Nas, when they was beefing, they found out who the winner was. it was like, all right, Scrap, you won, cool. You
Yeah.
still going, man.
The only issue I have with Remy, and the reason she's not on my list is Remy's album came out in 2005, bro. Her album, like her debut album, like was I think Remy's. I forgot the
But
name
she
of her
dropped
album.
singles though. She dropped singles, bro, and she's working on that album right now.
Yeah, no. Yeah. But see, if we use,
And she won awards. She won the BT Awards, bro. So we can count Remy. We can count Remy. We can count Remy.
I mean, I let it rock. I mean, you know, what I mean, I should pick, but like I was trying to stay away from anybody that dropped pre 2010. But all right, Remy, okay, that's a solid pick. My number 7 is Travis Scott. I feel like
I can
Travis.
agree.
I feel like Travis Scott. His sound, right? Everybody, especially like last year, everybody really wanted to sound like Travis Scott and the Migos and all of that. So like, I feel like the Travis Scott sound, he was able.
Mhm.
A lot of people would say it's Kid Cudi. You know, he got a lot of that from Kid Cudi. But I feel like Travis has done it in his own way, and I feel like he's inspired a lot of the rappers that's even coming out after him. He's not an old rapper, but you know, even the rappers that's coming out after him, I feel like they was inspired by Travis Scott.
By Travis.
Yeah, so that's why Travis is my number 7.
I respect it. That like I said, like I can agree. I'm not trying to jack your wave, but I'll put Travis at 7.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
That's a fittable number. It's a fittable number. It's fittable.
definitely.
Like he should be on the list, general.
Yeah, definitely. So my number 6 after Travis. Hear me out on this one.
I'm
Future.
listening.
It's Future. Now,
Okay,
now, the
Okay.
reason
I can't
Future
argue.
is higher than a lot of these other people that's on this list, right? Even higher than Travis. Travis is a better rapper, I think, than Future is. But in terms of influence, right? Future started a whole new wave of, I feel like that whole like mumble stuff, like Future was doing that like in '09, you know, saying like '08 before his debut album even came out. Future's been doing that whole like sound. That's been the Future sound for as long
That's
as
been
I can
it.
remember.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So, and I feel like because of Future, a lot of we wouldn't have the Uzis or the Yachties or even the Migos and all these other acts if it wasn't for Future. Like they wouldn't be rapping that way, I should say.
That's a fact.
So
He
that's why
changed.
Future's number 9.
He's like the soldier boy of the sound of after like 2010. You feel me? They
Yeah.
started riding Future's wave when they started seeing when everybody really started paying attention to Future's numbers.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we got to do that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like we
I
got
agree.
that's
agree.
crazy. Yeah. All right, so I believe it. All right, so my number 6, I would say I'll put Cardi up there.
Oh, already?
Not really Cardi B.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll put Cardi up there because
Mm-hmm.
she accomplished a lot of she accomplished a lot as a female artist rapper in
Gotcha.
general alone or for one song, dude. Like that one song took her there, bro. Like usually when you're on Love and Hip Hop, your career is either going here or here. You feel me? Depending on your role. Her first season, she boom, I'm out. I did what I had to do. I'm out. I ain't gotta go back there.
Yeah.
And she's getting bread. Like you got a song with Bruno freaking Mars, dude. That's like the Michael Jackson of our time.
Hard
Music.
record too. Yeah, definitely.
Feel me?
Yeah.
So Cardi's number 6 for me.
You know what? I can definitely understand that. I thought about Cardi. And I'm like, I gotta wait. I gotta wait a little bit. Let's see her album first. Like for me, but
Mhm.
I agree with you, Cardi. If we're just judging her right now, yeah, I would put her on that list. I definitely put her on that list. But she's not on mine. But I can understand. Wait, I'm not disagreeing with Cardi being definitely there. So let's get into the nitty gritty here, right?
The top 5,
Top
big,
five.
where it counts.
Top
where
5.
it counts.
Alright. My number 5 is Big Sean. Okay. Big Sean.
Okay.
Consistency, right? Consistency. Has he had records that hasn't worked? Yeah, of course, right? But
That's everybody.
exactly, everybody has had records that hasn't worked before. I think Big Sean lyrically, overall, just everything, like encompassed, I feel like Big Sean is definitely top 5 of the 2000s and 2010s and beyond. I feel like you can't have a top 10 list without putting Big Sean on there for me.
That's an opinion.
Yeah.
Opinion.
It's an opinion.
My number 5 from after 2010 to right now.
Yeah.
Number 5, I would say 6ix9ine.
6ix9ine. Wow.
I'll
Wow.
put 6ix9ine.
We didn't even talk about him getting jumped earlier this week, or that little brawl that happened earlier this week. But that's a whole nother story.
He's 4 for 4 right now, bro. He
is 4
dropped
for
4 number ones, bro. You have just without question. Like you can hate the guy, like the guy. He has to be on that list.
Hate him. I don't hate him. I
just saying, like according to the facts of it, bro.
Yeah.
Have to be up there, bro. And he's getting all of that money because he's not signed to a label. Feel me?
6ix9ine. If you know what, if you ask me who's gonna be on in a few years, you know what I mean. Like if it was like a list of up and coming rappers that's gonna be on, like, and it was just like up and coming rappers, yeah, 6ix9ine would be in there for me. But like right now, yeah, he has four records. But I just did a video. If you guys didn't check it out, I just did a video on Fetty Wap that had like 4 or 5 number 1 songs all on the Billboard charts, and now Fetty Wap is nowhere to be found. So
he's on 6ix9ine's record.
Yeah, he's on 6ix9ine's record, but I mean, it's not. Fetty Wap isn't getting any like publicity from it. It's all 6ix9ine. But I hear what you're saying. All right, let's. I know you gotta run soon, so let's keep it going. All right, 6ix9ine is your number 5. Number 4 is J. Cole for me. I don't think I really need a big explanation for J. Cole. J. Cole is J. Cole. I mean, he's constantly putting out fire. You know what I'm saying? Let's just call a spade a spade. Who's your number 4?
Young M.A.
Young M.A. Wow. You're really surprising me with your list, but I'm happy with it because we have a good contrast of lists here. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right. This is based off stuff I listen to. Feel me?
Yeah. I'm
like,
no problem with it.
Young M.A. Bro, like I'm waiting for the album. I like the EP. Now I'm just waiting for the album. Like she never, like her freestyles, bro, never disappoint me.
Her, I got the bag, fire.
Ever.
Fire. Yeah, I agree with you. All right, top 3 here. Top 3. All right, coming in at number 3. She's the only female on my list here. It's Nicki Minaj. When you talk about cultural impact, when you talk about consistency, when you talk about just longevity, Nicki Minaj is that chick. I mean, people would argue she's not the queen anymore, but for a long time she was the queen.
That's a dub. That's a dub.
She had that crown. You know, so
Lil Kim had her time.
Yeah.
Kings die. You gotta.
Yeah.
Throne will always be there. It's just who's gonna sit there. Feel me?
Right. And I feel like she sat there for at least 7 years, at least. So, who's your number 3?
For the same exact reason, Migos.
They're a group, bro. All right, hold on. All right.
A group in there?
I was going with single artists. You used a group. Migos don't count. They're a group.
All right. So forget it. All right. I can replace them, but still they're on the pedestal.
Yeah, but, I'll give you Migos if this was like
for single artists.
Yeah.
I'll do J. Cole for my number 3.
Oh, okay. I like that pick.
I'll do Cole for my number 3.
Okay.
We already agree on that, so we ain't even got to go deep into details, bro.
That's facts. That's facts. So if Nicki's my number 3, Kendrick Lamar is my number 2.
I respect.
Kendrick is Kendrick. Kendrick, right? Do I really have to explain Kendrick? I don't have to really explain Kendrick. He's number 2 for me. Who's your number 2?
I respect it. Damn, I really wanted to find a space with Meek. But Meek, because Meek is on my list, bro, but I don't want to put him as number 2. And I would have,
oh man,
yeah, bro. But Meek is really on my list, on my personal list. Okay. So I'll put Drake as my number 2.
Oh, okay. All right. I like that pick. You know why I like that pick? Because, drum roll please, right? Drake is my number one of the 2010s. There's no denying Kendrick may be a better lyrical rapper than Drake is. There's no denying that. But Drake, in terms of overall song quality, I'll have to explain Drake a little bit, but yeah, Drake overall song quality, whether he writes it or not, Drake,
It's fire.
it's fire.
It's fire.
There's no other artist. Let's not even call him a rapper. There's no other artist like Drake that's had the run that Drake has had in the last like 7-8 years. Drake is the number one artist I feel of this generation, hands down.
My number one is going to surprise you.
It's
going to surprise you.
Here we go.
As of right now, in this generation, in this current time,
yeah,
my personal favorite.
I'm listening.
P&B. No, listen.
I can't even hear you, bro.
No. Let me explain. I'm gonna explain the number one. Is he better in top as everybody else on the list? Hell no. But I'm saying, like, music quality wise, did you listen to the album?
Yeah. I like this album. It's fire.
Album is flame, bro.
Yeah.
Flame. PB, he's gonna last. One, he's gonna last. Two, he makes. I think PB is the next Drake for our generation. The next Drake. You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying. Do you think he's as talented as Drake is, though? That he
talented? No. That's why I'm saying he's the next one. Like give it like 5 or 6 years later, P&B can possibly, if he keeps being consistent and keeps the same work ethic, he can be the next Drake.
Gotcha.
I think so.
Well, I think P&B has a great future ahead of him, and I look forward to seeing what P&B does, and I look forward to seeing what you do in the future. Ty, I know you gotta go, so just give everybody your everything that you need to promote to get out to the world. Anything you want to say to the people? This is your time, bro.
I got you. I already know the comments about the P&B situation is gonna. I already see the comments.
I see it right
like
now.
I said, that's my personal. It's my personal. I'm not saying he's better than anybody on the list, but it's my personal. But that's a whole other story. So, Twitter at the real Ty Wizz. Instagram Ty_Wizz, YouTube Ty Wizz, Google Ty Wizz, website www.tywizz.com, and new music to come and new other stuff to come too. I can't really talk about that, Mike. You already know the deal, but I can't talk about that. But yeah, I got some stuff coming for 19 and I'm 18 and 19.
Okay.
So just be on the lookout.
All right, Ty. Well, thanks for being on the show. I'm actually, after you get up out of here, I'm going to actually go through some of the comments that other people wrote on the Facebook page about this topic. But, Ty, it's been a pleasure, bro. And I look forward to doing everything that we got coming. I look forward to it, man. Ty, thanks for being on the show, man.
Of course, bro.
I could have been the plug. I could have been the swiper. Could have been. 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 I could have been. 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 I don't really fuck with dog skins. She thick, I might. She wet, she tight. Beat it up like a dyke. I could've even been a scammer. I get in and I swipe. I could've been doing life, but I don't live that life.
Once again, big thanks to Ty Wizz for being on today. I just want to read some of the Facebook comments that I got. I had posted a status on my Facebook page about this very topic, and I wanted to give some people some credit for helping me comprise what I feel, I can say this now that Ty's going, is the better list, but I'll let you guys decide who has the better list. But yeah, some of the people that was mentioned that I did not say on my list, but I really thought about, Childish Gambino. Childish Gambino is a great pick. I just didn't think he was top 10. If I had to pick, he'd be like right under though, like 11 and 12 around there. But Childish is a great pick because he makes great music and he's been consistent and he's opened doors like for artists in hip hop to do movies and, you know, other things other than just hip hop. So Childish is a very good answer. My boy Kev said Big Crit. Um, Big Crit, dope artist. I don't listen to him that much, but he's definitely a dope artist. I just don't think he's had the influence in music, to merit him being top 10 for me. But yeah, shout out to Kev for Big Crit. A couple of other answers here. Vontae said ASAP Rocky. Now ASAP Rocky was in my top 10 originally, and I moved him out for Meek just because I feel like Meek has a longer catalog of songs, right, that get played in the clubs or played, on the radio. So that's why Rocky and Ferg was in heavy consideration also, but I feel like Meek got maybe a few more songs than Ferg does that, really hit. So I'm just looking at some of the other things here. Kev also said Joey Badass. Joey's great, but I don't think he's in the top 10. Shout out to Murrow. Ka said Tyler, the Creator. Very good pick, but again, when we're just talking about influence, right? I feel like the guys that I named, and female, Nikki, had a little bit more of an influence and got more mainstream radio play and club attention than Tyler, the Creator, actually did. But Tyler's a great pick. There's a lot of great picks if you guys want to really go to my Facebook and look at the comments. You'll know which one it is. It's the one that got the most comments of, this week. But just a few more people that I saw that I considered. I mean, Wiz Khalifa. There was a conversation going on about, is Wiz really hip hop? But if we have that conversation, we can't say that without asking if Drake is really hip hop. So that's why I say yeah, Wiz, but I don't think he's in my top 10. Same thing with 2 Chainz. But I can understand people picking those people. I can understand that. Lupe Fiasco is another one, but I'd have to fact check, but I don't think Lupe's album came out after 2010. I think that was way before. I think Lupe came out way earlier than that. And that's why I said this criteria. We let Ty Wizz pass because he's my guest, but the criteria was their debut album, their studio album, not a mixtape. And that's the reason why Young Thug isn't on my list. Shout out to Donnie, because Donnie's the one that said Young Thug. But off of when their studio album debuted, if it debuted before 2010, I didn't put them on this list. But yeah, that's why, with Drake, I didn't use from So Far Gone. I used from Thank Me Later, and so on and so on. So there's a lot of great picks on here. Vince Staples, again, Impact, right? Impact versus just having music that people like. Yeah, I mean, and the Migos would be in anybody's list. They'd be in everybody's list if it was a group list. Like the best, if you want to ask the best groups, the top 10 groups that came out, yeah, Migos is in that conversation, but not as single artists. Because none of them would be in this list as a single artist. I would put, who I was considering, guys? I was considering 21 Savage over Uzi. I was arguing between 21 Savage and Uzi. But 21 has more features that I like. Uzi has more songs as a solo artist that I like, if that makes sense to you guys. But I want everybody to chime in and, let me know what they think. I saw Frank Ocean. I saw Earl Sweatshirt. My bad. I was thinking about how Ty gets these shirts made. Just playing Ty. But anyway, but yeah, I saw a lot of different answers and a lot of good answers, but at the end of the day, I think I have one of the best lists around, but Ty's list is good also. So again, hit us up. Let us know what you think of the show. Hit Ty up on at Ty Wizz on everything. I'll put up the lower third of it again. But yeah, at Ty Wizz on everything, and let us know what you think. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. I'm out, y'all. EQ.